Well, good day, neighbor. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about growing parsley from seed. Now, there are a few things I'd like to go over first. I welcome back my subscribers, and I welcome my new subscribers. So let's get into growing parsley. Plant your parsley plants after they've grown 6 to 8 inches apart. This allows good air circulation, and also all of the plants can get enough sun to grow effectively. While we're talking about sun, plant these in full sun, well-drained soil, and the soil should be a pH of 5.5 to 6.7. Now, in the summer, if it's extremely warm or hot, offer some partial shade. Like if you have a west sun that comes in and just beats down on this poor parsley, offer some shade. And then people ask, well, I want to cut my parsley, and is it going to regrow? Yes, it will regrow. The more you cut it or trim it, it will regrow. And also it will start to bush out. The people in apartments or townhomes, they want to grow parsley, but they have containers or pots. Is it going to do well in a container or a pot? Of course it will. The same conditions, you want to have well-drained soil and full sun, and give it plenty of room to grow. Now, how long does this parsley plant last? Because you might have a long growing season. It lasts approximately 5 months. Now, what if I don't snip it off? Is it going to continue to grow and bush out? Well, it may continue to grow, but it might get leggy. Snip off the parts to encourage growth, and then that way, again, it'll be bushy. So what about water? Water 1 to 2 times a week thoroughly. Again, don't make it to where it's so soppy wet that it's floating, but don't let it dry out to the point where it's extremely dry. Let it be a lightly moist soil. And if you want to fertilize it, you can I've used fish emulsion. I love that stuff and it works great. Or you can go and get some basic vegetable fertilizer and use that. Either one will work well. Especially have lots of compost and work it into the soil before you even start to plant. Can you overwater parsley? Yes, you definitely can. If you do not have proper drainage and you continue to water and it sits in that water, it can rot your plant. It'll rot the roots. Now, my leaves are turning yellow on my parsley. What's wrong? It could be due to underwatering. You're not giving your parsley enough water. Now, there are some instances where people ask me, well, why is my parsley not growing at all? It just seems like it's sitting there. It could be the soil is too moist. It could be it's just like a swamp. It's boggy, I call it. So maybe take it and let it dry out and check the soil for moisture before you water just over and over again. Now, my parsley is falling over. Is it sick? It could be drought. It could be you're not watering it enough. It droops over so it can preserve its own moisture. Parsley is a pretty smart plant. It has a variety of uses. You can use it on a salad, in cooking, obviously for garnishes, any type of salad, green salad, fruit salad. It just adds that little extra zing to make it look just a little bit better. You can take it and dry it. What I do is I take off the leaves and I don't use the stems. Or you can use the stems. You can chop it up and put it in soup. But that's the way I dry the parsley. You can dry it by hanging it upside down in a dry, hot place, maybe a shed or garage or whatever you have, a barn. And I would put I usually use cheesecloth around it, and so it dries evenly. You can use a dehydrator, but let's say you don't have a dehydrator and you want to dry some parsley. I've done this in the past. I taught a friend how to chop the parsley up, put it in a brown lunch bag that's uncoated, and she hung a line in her garage because she was in the city. She hung a line in the garage, and she folded over the top. She put it with the clothespins, fastened it to the line in the garage, marked it parsley, and she had a lot of other herbs in there drying. And it was hot in the garage. It was summer. It was really hot. So what she would do is every once in a while, like once a day or twice a day, she'd go by and just shake the bag, move that around, make sure it was drying completely. Takes a couple of weeks, but she did bring it in, check it. It was completely dry. And now she had dried parsley and other herbs that she could put in her mason jars and save for the winter. She kept her bags. They were all marked, whatever herb that she had in there. And so the next year, she did the very same thing. So save those bags. Don't recycle them and throw them in the trash or whatever it might be. Just save them, put it in your garden area, your garden supplies, and use them again. Part of being frugal. Reuse things. Well, I am so glad you stopped by today. I wish you great gardening, and I hope to see you very soon.